Hi everyone, on today's Tips for Toggers I'm going to talk about going pro. Hi everyone, welcome to another Tips for Toggers. I'm Danny and today I'm going to talk to you about the steps you need to do in order to go pro, because going pro is a really scary prospect, but it's easier than you think, but you do have to be determined and you've got to be willing to learn and really get out there and do some of these key steps in order to make it as a professional photographer. So let's get started. Well, first of all, you've got to decide what you want to do. You can't just go out there and shoot something of everything and have a portfolio which is just one shot of everything else. I've got some really nice bridges and I've got some really nice portraits and some really nice landscapes. You've got to decide what you want to do and you have to specialize, at least at the start. You have to commit yourself to being really good at one or maximum two different things, and that's going to be your niche. That's what you're going to focus on, because you've got to learn and do something exceptionally to really make yourself stand out. And that leads well into the next one: learn, and more learning. Now I'm going to be bringing out a video in just a few days which talks about all my favorite sites for doing loads of learning, but there is so much online, things like Creative Live, Scott Kelby, Phlearn, that's P-H-L-E-A-R-N, all amazing sites for learning photography, and it's all out there ready for you to find. So make sure you have an open mind and be willing to learn and challenge what you may or may not be good at, and really look at it and say, what it is do I actually need to work on in order to be a better photographer. Next up, you've got to specialize. We've talked about choosing what you want to do. When we say specialize, we're talking about building your portfolio. So you not only have you got to choose that thing, you've then got to specialize your learning in that thing. You've got to learn everything about it. You've got to make sure that you are committed to that you know everything about it, how it works, all the techniques, and you are going to work towards that specific thing. So you can't just choose it. You've got to actually go out, specialize, and build your portfolio in that specialization. Be really good at one particular thing, and people are going to see you and see how good you are and stand out, and ultimately they're going to book you as a professional photographer. So next up, you've got to get the experience. You've got to go out there and find other people that are doing it already. Look at how they're doing it. Follow them on social media. If you can find a mentor, that's amazing. If you can find someone to sponsor you, that's amazing. You can second shoot, you can be an assistant on things, you can just go out and help people with lighting setups, or you can set up mini projects with people, collaborate with people, network and experience, and grow what it is that you know, and see how other people are doing it and how you can make the very most of your skill sets and how you can continue to improve the things that you do. The next bit is style. Find your style. Everyone has a style. Your style's going to change over the years. Mine's changed a lot. If I look back 5 years from now and look back at some of the things I thought were really good editing choices, I'll look back and say, yeah, I wouldn't do that now. And it's going to change. In 5 years' time, my style might change as well. But start thinking about what it is you really like. What is it that really gets you going, gets you interested, and can you make something unique about that? Can you focus on that and have someone be able to look at a photo of yours and say, that is that person? Ultimately, that's what you want. You want a style that's really stand out, that's going to really work for you, and people can identify you through the style of your photography. And that might be a combination of the subjects, of the things that you shoot, of the interests that you're pursuing, but it also might be an editing style as well, or it might be a blogging style that you accompany with those things. Whatever it is, start thinking about what your style is and start trying to grow that and evolve that style as you go. And then lastly, presence. You can't just take good photos and say, why does no one give me any credit for my amazing photography, when you never share those photos with anyone. You've got to make yourself known. You've got to shout out from the rooftops about what you do. You've got to market yourself. You've got to create a presence for yourself. No one's going to do it for you, and it's up to you in order to be able to do that. And that takes hustle, legwork, networking, getting yourself out there, sharing your photos, getting conversations going. In tomorrow's Tips for Toggers, we're going to look at building a website, and that is going to be your step one to getting yourself a presence and getting yourself a personality and starting to go on that road to becoming a professional photographer. It's hard work, but it's an awful lot of fun. Join me tomorrow for another Tips for Toggers, where we look at exactly how you're going to set up your website in order to do it. Thanks again. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share and comment below. Make sure you do that. If this has been useful, if you've got someone that you know is going off to be a professional photographer and needs some advice, share this video with them. Hopefully you'll put them in good stead. Thanks again, and see you all tomorrow for another Tips for Toggers.